Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this solely to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of S&P 500 futures in a daily time frame first. And here you can see that during the last 4 trading sessions, the S&P 500 futures have been facing stiff resistance at the levels of 3655 and finally have closed at a very decisive juncture. Here I find that the global equity markets have already priced in much of the good news on development of an effective vaccine for COVID-19. And secondly, I find that a vaccine to prevent the coronavirus infections may not be widely available until next summer, and households could struggle over the next several months without more government aid, as the Fed's even sees no rate hike until late 2023 or maybe 2024. On the other hand, prevailing bearishness in gold futures pushed the gold futures below the important support levels of $1792, while on the other hand, WTI crude oil futures have crossed the levels of $45 amid growing hopes for a speedy economic recovery. So therefore, I find that all these uneven developments have only extended the level of uncertainty, which could result in some odd moves in global equity markets very soon. So here I find that the S&P 500 futures look ready for a steep fall from the current levels. Before a steep fall, the S&P 500 futures could even retest the recent highs what they tested on November 9th. So once again the S&P 500 futures could retest these highs, and there is no doubt that the S&P 500 futures could even cross the levels of 3710 during the upcoming week. So therefore I find that the upcoming week could be very decisive in defining the final direction move of S&P 500 futures for the rest of the weeks, because here I find that the S&P 500 futures could find a steep fall from these levels, whereas I find that if the S&P 500 futures are not able to defend this major support levels, we will see a steep fall in S&P 500 futures. So here I find that during the upcoming 4 to 5 weeks, we will see a steep fall to continue in S&P 500 futures. So here I find that during the month of December, we could see the repetition of this downward trend in the S&P 500 futures, where the S&P 500 futures could retest the new lows during the month of December. So here I find that the S&P 500 futures even could breach the lows of March 23rd during the month of December. Here I find that if the S&P 500 futures could find a sustained move below the levels of 2174, we could see this fall to continue up to much lower levels. So now let us check this move, how the S&P 500 futures could find a steep downward move during the month of February and March. So here you can see that how the S&P 500 futures tested the highs of 3400, from where we have seen a steep fall up to the lows of 2175. So here you can see that this fall was around 36% during this period, but now I find that this time we could see a more steep fall which could be of more than 50%. Therefore, it will be called the next market crash. So here you can see that how the S&P 500 futures have been maintaining amid this uptrend zone since August 10th. You can see that how the S&P 500 futures have been facing stiff resistance at the levels of 3582, but they faced first time on September 3rd, 2020, and from where a steep fall was seen when the S&P 500 futures tested the levels of 3197 on September 24th. So here you can see that once again the S&P 500 futures found a steep upward move once again and tested the levels of 3538 on October 12th, and once again here the S&P 500 futures found stiff resistance at these levels and started to move downward and found a strong support at the levels of 3226 on October 30th. Since then we have seen a steep upward move when the S&P 500 futures tested new highs of 3668 on November 9th, and since then we have seen a sustainable move amid this zone from the levels of 3547 217 to 3642. Here I find that the levels of 3655 looks evident enough to work as a stiff resistance for S&P 500 futures. Therefore, I find that before a steep fall, the S&P 500 futures could retest these highs, but here I find that the levels of 3681 will be the next immediate resistance for S&P 500 futures, from where the S&P 500 futures could start a steep downward move during the first week of December. So friends, here I find that during the month of December, the S&P 500 futures could test the lows of 2917. So now let us have a look at the movements of S&P 500 futures in a monthly time frame. So here in a monthly time frame, I would like to show you that how the S&P 500 futures behaved during the market crash of the year 2000, when the S&P 500 futures found a steep downward move. So here you can see that how the S&P 500 futures found a downward move more than 50% during the year 2000, which continued up to October 2002. And here you can see that once again during the year 2008, the S&P 500 futures faced stiff resistance at the same levels where they found this resistance during the year 2000, and once again the S&P 500 futures started to move downward during the month of October 2007, and this fall continued up to these levels where once again the S&P 500 futures found a steep fall of more than 57%. So here in the monthly chart you can see that how the S&P 500 futures have already given a signal during the month of February and March, when the S&P 500 futures tested the lows of 2187, when this fall was around of 35%. So this was not called a crash, but now I find that during the month of December the S&P 500 futures could see a steep fall, what we have seen during the month of February and March. So therefore I find that the next 4 to 5 weeks could be very disastrous for S&P 500 futures. So friends, here I find that if the S&P 500 futures are not able to sustain above the immediate resistance of 3688, we will see the S&P 500 futures to see a steep fall during the month of December, and this fall may continue up to the next upcoming 4 to 5 weeks, where the S&P 500 futures could test new lows during the month of December, where this fall could be more than 55%. So friends, here I find that the immediate support could be seen at the upper end of Ichimoku cloud, as we have already seen this during the last fall when the S&P 500 futures tested the lower end of Ichimoku cloud during this fall, and once again the S&P 500 futures could find immediate support during this fall at the upper end of Ichimoku cloud. But here I find that the lower end could be tested during the month of December, and this fall may continue if the S&P 500 futures are not able to defend the lower end of Ichimoku cloud. We may see a steep fall to continue up to these levels, where the S&P 500 futures could see a fall of more than 55%. Friends, now let's check this move in a weekly time frame. So here in a weekly time frame, here you can see that the S&P 500 futures have been facing stiff resistance here. So friends, here I find that if the S&P 500 futures start the upcoming week with a gap down opening below the levels of 3610, we will see the S&P 500 futures would try to defend the immediate support of 3545, where a sustainable move below these levels could push the S&P 500 futures to test the levels of 3429, where you can see that this is the lower end of this uptrend zone, where the S&P 500 futures were trying to maintain amid this uptrend zone. So here I find that a breakdown of S&P 500 futures below this uptrend zone will result in a sharp downward move, where the S&P 500 futures could find the second support at the levels of 3135, where I find that a sustainable move below these levels will push the S&P 500 futures to test the upper end of Ichimoku cloud, where the S&P 500 futures could find a strong support at the levels of 2889 during the month of December, and the next support could be seen at the lower end of Ichimoku cloud, which is currently at the levels of 2785, and the final support can be seen at the levels of 2457. Friends, here there is no doubt that S&P 500 futures could we test these lows, what they have tested during the month of March here. So friends, here I find that a breakdown below these levels could push the S&P 500 futures to test new lows during the upcoming weeks. So friends, here I find that the next 4 to 5 weeks will be very disastrous for the S&P 500 futures. So now let's check the movements of S&P 500 futures in a daily time frame. So here in a daily time frame, here you can see that the S&P 500 futures could find an immediate support at the upper end of Ichimoku cloud, where you can see the lower end of this uptrend zone, where the S&P 500 futures are trying to maintain this trend since August 2020. And once again, whenever the S&P 500 futures have seen a downward move even below this uptrend zone, the S&P 500 futures found a strong support at the levels of 3223. But now I find that the S&P 500 futures could reach this strong support of 3232 during the month of December, because here I find that a system move below the levels of 3181 could be very disastrous for S&P 500 futures. If we find the S&P 500 futures make a system move below the levels of 3122, the S&P 500 futures could test the lows of 2712 during the month of December. So friends, now let's check this move in an hourly time frame. So here you can see that in an hourly time frame, this level seems to be an important support for S&P 500 futures. So here you can see that in an hourly time frame, the S&P 500 futures have found a strong support from the levels of 3626, from where a steep reversal was seen on last Friday, and finally the S&P 500 futures closed the week at the levels of 3637. Here I find that this formation of a bullish hammer in an hourly time frame looks evident enough for a sharp upward move during the upcoming week, where the S&P 500 futures could start the upcoming week with a gap up opening and could test the levels of 3688 once again, from where we could see a steep fall in the S&P 500 futures, where the S&P 500 futures could test the levels of 3609 during the upcoming week. Friends, here I find that if the S&P 500 futures are not able to defend the immediate support of 3587 during the upcoming week, we'll see this fall to continue during the upcoming weeks. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.